Take a look at this number. We got a bunch of numbers here, so we're going to talk under this and leave it up there so people can look at it. Just comparing these last four starting quarterbacks over a number of different percentages. The first one, this is why I'm down on your receivers, folks. According to Pro Football Focus, the percentage of on-target passes that were dropped. For Hendon Hooker, it was 9%. For Hendon Hooker the second year, 9%. For Joe Milton, 10%. For Nico Iamaleava this past year, 16%. 16% of your on-target passes wound up on the grass field.
Goodness.
That is abysmal. We will get back to that. Screen attempts, Hendon Hooker attempted 77 his first year, 57 his second year. Look at Joe Milton. 105 screen attempts with Joe Milton. Then it dropped to 63 with Nico, and the screen yards dropped. And that also goes back to the terrible yak yardage when you were throwing behind the line of scrimmage we showed you in the last segment. Play action versus non-play action. More play action than ever with Nico. More than you've ever run, more than 200, which is a total flip from last year with Joe Milton, who was the only guy on that list that ran more non-play action than play action passes. And then finally, the percentage of dropbacks where the quarterback is responsible for pressure, at least some of the pressure. So for all the people like, holds the ball too long, well, every game they show you the view from behind the quarterback that nobody's open. So that kind of leads you to hold the ball too long. But he is at 15.5%, basically right where Hendon Hooker was the first year he ran it. So I'm a little tired of hearing Nico holds it too long. Yeah, he's a first-year starting quarterback. Hendon Hooker held it just as long his first year. And again, when they continue to show you the behind the quarterback angle, and the announcers continue to say, look, there's nobody open, you can't keep saying, yeah, but he held it too long. Who do you want him to throw it to? Throw it to the covered guy. Yeah, just throw it in the floor every time. So anyway, the one that stood out to me, though, 16% drops.
Yeah.
Your on-target passes, 16% of them are drops.
That's insane.
That's horrible.
That's 1 in 6, right?
Yeah.
If you have that, and then what percentage were some of your overthrows? You mix in a drop with a pass that's overthrown, and then what's that going to be like? 30%
we can't keep the focus on the
attempts?
receivers. We've got to get back to Nico.
No, but it does. And see, you look at the number of drops, and you look at the yards after the catch, which was minimal.
Right.
And all of a sudden, you've got to sit there and point your fingers at your now exiting through the portal receiver corps. So you asked earlier in the show, are you concerned about the lack of talent? Are you concerned about the guys going in the portal? I think it's kind of it's a double-edged sword. You're losing guys, so you don't have them. But the guys you're losing, okay, they look imminently replaceable.
Yeah. Whoever's punching right now, we got multiple directors training, so whoever's punching right now, don't know if you can do it. Can you get back to a full screen that we used in the previous segment? The one, and you can have Paul off camera here tell me yay or nay. Can we get back to the full screen that says 20-plus yards? Paul, can they do that or no? Need a quick answer. Yay or nay? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs down. No, can't do it. All right, forget it. Well, the percentages, we'll have to go back and look. I didn't remember his percentage on those deep balls being far worse than some of those other guys. So the difference to me is the drop percentage far worse than the other guys. 5% worse than the other guys. So to me, that's what, if you want to know where your offense stagnated, you had a first-year starting quarterback who needs to grow up. But his numbers kind of look like Hendon Hooker in his first year in the system. What's different is they can't gain any yardage, 5 yards per catch less behind this line of scrimmage. So they're not making any plays for you out there. And they drop 15% of the passes. To me, that's where your offense really slowed down. In addition to the coaches didn't do anything new or different. If anything, they got more, they pull things more back in, it seemed to me. All right, when we come back, people get mad when a season ends. They're mad. You lost in the Elite Eight. You lost in the playoff. Fair enough. But 2024 was about as good of a year as any athletic department is ever going to have. Let's talk about just a spectacular football, basketball, baseball, all sports season at Tennessee for 2024. Come on back.